Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. I'm Paul Sweeney with Alexis Christophers, and we're joined by Red Brown. Red, what do you got for us?
Yeah, first one on the list is Keurig DR Pepper. The ticker there is KDP, and that is down around 8% at the moment. It's the most in the S&P 500 and its steepest drop since 2020. And that move is obviously coming off of the big news this morning that the company is in to buy JDE Peet, a Dutch coffee company, for around $18 billion. At the conclusion of the deal, those two will separate the coffee and soft drinks businesses into two U.S. listed companies. So yeah, the reaction, I guess, this morning, maybe just in response to, that price, $18 billion for the company. And it's kind of a difficult space right now in coffee. That whole industry kind of going through quite a few pressures between environmental pressures on the coffee crops and also trade pressures as well. So I guess remains to be seen kind of how this quite complicated transaction does pan out. But yeah, shares tanking at the moment.
Bankers get paid though.
They do get paid.
Put the deal together.
They always do.
And then split them up again. That's just awesome.
This undoes the deal that happened in 2018, doesn't
it? Yes. Somebody at some point thought, let's put them together. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying, let's split them apart.
And then another 5 years, we can do it again.
There we go.
We can do it again. Good stuff there. The bankers and lawyers, they get paid. All right, what's next?
Also on my radar is RH, formerly Restoration Hardware, and that ticker is RH. Those shares, those fell as much as 10% at the opening. That was the most since April, so since around the tariff announcements originally. And this is again kind of a tariff-driven story. President Trump over the weekend announced that the administration will be investigating tariffs for the furniture market. That investigation should be completed within 50 days. Some other names also down alongside RH, Wayfair, Arhaus, and Williams-Sonoma, all trading a little lower this morning. I thought this was really interesting just because if you look on the Bloomberg terminal data, it looks like the company actually gets around 82% of its supply domestically. So I guess there's still concerns about what this could mean for sourcing of materials, things like that. It just seems like the kind of pattern of these investigations is there's the initial kind of shock that the industry will be kind of looking at higher prices before things kind of peter out. But yeah, this is also another one of these instances of like Whirlpool is another one of these companies who has really big domestic supply. They say that tariffs eventually will benefit the company in the long run. So I guess we can see kind of how RH plays this just in terms of like the PR front and all of these companies, what they're going to say in their next earnings statements over here in the next couple of months. So yeah, still kind of a moving story at the moment. But yeah, RH and the furniture makers struggling this morning.
I thought we got all our furniture from North Carolina.
I know.
I live down in North Carolina. They have furniture places
big furniture
all over the
capital.
place.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Trump said that he mentioned North Carolina in his announcement that he wants furnitures to be made in North Carolina once again. So
Well, most of it was. Anyway, what do I know? All right, one more.
we have Verint Systems. Shares are down around 1% at the open here, but they were surging this morning after private equity firm Thoma Bravo said that they will be buying the company for $1.23 billion. That price represents about an 18% premium prior to the announcement. So yeah, just kind of building on the private equity firm's efforts to continue to deepen its software portfolio. They will combine this company actually with another one of their portfolio companies, Calabrio, if I'm saying that correctly.
It is correct.
Admittedly not familiar with these companies, but I think the really interesting thing and kind of why we're watching this morning is just kind of the aggressive, the aggressiveness with which Thoma Bravo has been kind of deepening its software portfolio. They bought Dayforce earlier this year for $12.3 billion.
Last week.
Right.
Oh yeah, there you go. And then also they bought Boeing's flight navigation unit for $10.6 billion. So
they're all in.
They're going very deep on software. I think they see the kind of the disruption within the economy right now and how it's affecting some shares as an opportunity, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.